We're in a business that didn't exist a couple of decades ago, the electronic systems business. We're leaders in the field, and we think we've earned the right to be. We started out doing the tough little jobs nobody else seemed to want, but we did them, imaginatively and well. And as a reward, we got to stay in business. We got to grow up with the business. Now the jobs are bigger, and everybody seems to want them. We get our share because we still do them imaginatively and well enough to grow at a faster pace than the industry we grew up in. It's a how-to business, and we're the how-to company. How to spot a missile in space and know what it's up to. How to light up a whole battlefield in the middle of the night. How to navigate airspace with a pinpoint precision never known before. How to take a complete command and control station and give it wings. We design total systems to do things that have to be done, where they have to be done. We react to the whole requirement. We do it fast, and we don't care whose black boxes we have to use, as long as they get the job done. Our slant is different, so are our people. They're the how-to men, each a specialist in his field, but each a generalist too. He has to be in the how-to company, and he likes to be. It's an exciting business. It's also profitable, as our history of financial performance shows. We're the how-to men of LTV Electrosystems, and this is our story, at least the part of it we can tell. A black box, our industry's term for any single piece of electronic equipment. We build black boxes at LTV Electrosystems. We build them in all colors and sizes. But we're not a black box company. We put different black boxes together in new and different ways to do new and different things. Most of them, things nobody's ever done before. We create electronic systems, systems that function in unison on land, sea, and air, and over vast distances to do a total job. Because the job, the mission, is the first and last concern of the customer, and how to do the job is the main concern of LTV Electrosystems. We're the how-to men of electronics. We're hired to think in terms of the mission and the whole complex system of equipment. Installation, operation, and environment control it takes to perform that mission. Our version of systems management is unique, but then so are we at LTV Electrosystems. Companies that weather hard times and work their way to major status like to look back on their humble beginnings. We qualify. An abandoned World War II airfield was the first plant we could call our own. We were a division of Temco then, and our business was aircraft maintenance and modification. Our work was good, and we made a reputation. But the times were changing, and there appeared to be little future in overhauling airplanes. Some of the experts wrote us off. But our people didn't buy that. We analyzed our strengths and looked for a place to apply them. What about electronics, we said? Well, who knew aircraft and the airborne environment? And who had the technical knowledge to make a complex electronic system fly? We did, so we made our move. Our move into electronics was a daring one, but it was an industry we found young and growing. We set out to carve a niche for ourselves in it and to grow with it. We beefed up our technical staff, and we picked an area to concentrate on, probably the newest area of the new industry, systems design and management. We were new, but we were hungry, and there were jobs to be had. The little ones, the tough ones. We went after them, and we got them. In 1958, our sales hit $12 million. In 2 years, we had doubled them. 2 years later, we had doubled them again, and we were well on our way to unique status in the field of electronic systems management as LTV Electrosystems, and to a new stability as a major publicly owned subsidiary of Ling Temco Vought, one of the top 50 corporations in America. Today, we're part of this strong, aggressive family of LTV quality companies, doing business in the diverse fields of meat and food processing, high voltage cable, sporting goods, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, aircraft, missiles, space systems, military ground vehicles, sound systems, commercial and consumer electronics, and of course our own complex technical activities at LTV Electrosystems. LTV continues to grow. Our parent company recently announced a tender offer for the stock of Greatamerica Corporation, itself a diversified company. The Greatamerica acquisition extends LTV's scope into service fields, including air transportation with Braniff International Airways, and auto leasing with National Car Rental. A family of quality companies, every one of them in a growth industry. That's Ling Temco Vought. That's who's behind us. And we're a family of growing organizations ourselves, each able to operate on its own and show a profit, each with a different specialized background that brings in the specialized work. Special purpose military electronic systems for the Army, Navy, Air Force, and other government agencies. Superpower radio and radar transmission equipment by the free world's most experienced designers. Advanced space systems, antenna and RF systems, electronic warfare, guidance and control systems and communications, military tactical communications, TACAN, nuclear test instrumentation, precision electronic instruments, sub-assemblies and components. But give us a big job to shoot for and watch us team up. Watch us synthesize our varied capabilities and function as the entity we are. Our 4-division base equips us to move, and move fast, into the most advanced systems work of the day. We start with a mission. A patch of ground below. Upon it, the enemy moves, under cover of night. Flares, too short-lived, uneven. Mission, illuminate 3 square miles of dark battleground. Light it all at one time and hold the light throughout an attack. How to do it? Put LTV Electrosystems to work. We took 28 super lamps, the high-intensity xenon long arc type. We linked them to a platform and planted it in the belly of an aircraft. Airborne, 12,000 feet above the dark terrain. A switch is thrown. An electronic sun blazes in the night, and the cover of darkness is gone. It's called Project Agile, the airborne ground illumination light system, and other systems design. This one adding new dimensions in tactical warfare. Set off a flurry of activity throughout the industry. While competitors rushed into R&D, already accomplished by the how-to men, we went on to develop a smaller 3-lamp version, self-contained and self-powered. No installation needed. Everything's there in a compact package, including the controls. And the whole system can ride a helicopter. We designed Agile for military deployment, but a number of civilian uses are obvious. Law enforcement, rescue work, harbor and dock operations. But right now, there's a job to do in Southeast Asia, lighting up the dangerous night. That was the mission they gave to the how-to men. Market accomplished. Far up in the vast reaches of space, there's an unknown object. We don't know where it is. We don't even know what it is. Mission, detect and identify objects speeding through space. Find them and tell us their shape, their speed, their payload, and their intent, long before they get to wherever they're going. How to do it? The how-to men of LTV Electrosystems started with the fact that objects in motion emit shock waves. Powerful radar can pick them up. Analysis of the waves can tell you what you need to know about the object. We designed and built a giant new radar installation at White Sands, New Mexico. We prepared the site, we constructed the buildings, developed the antenna, designed the transmitters, the interface system, the instrumentation, and put our own people to work manufacturing, testing, and installing them. And we trained the customer personnel to operate and maintain the station. A turnkey job. They call it the Ram Stallion radar system. It's big, it's powerful, and it can do what it's supposed to do. Detect and identify whatever's moving up there. An aircraft in flight, probing a critical zone for vital data. Position? Known, but only approximately by standard methods. And to make that urgent data meaningful, approximately won't do. Mission: pinpoint an aircraft with a degree of accuracy never achieved before. Then give it the brains to relate that knowledge to incoming data, to control and analyze it simultaneously, second by second, automatically, under any conditions. How to do it? Ask the how-to men. We had a concept. No existing method of navigation could pinpoint position with the precision we needed. But how about a combination of methods? Let one correct the errors of the other. Link a gyro with a Doppler and a star tracker. Use a digital computer to add up their separate findings and translate them into immediate navigation knowledge. Make them work in unison in the cramped environs of a military aircraft. We married the latest hardware of 4 different companies into a computerized stellar inertial Doppler system that worked. We achieved an entirely new dimension in navigational accuracy, and we put it to use while today's operational systems were still in development. But our breakthrough posed a new challenge. Could the how-to men extend computer control to all elements of a large integrated airborne system, navigation, antennas, receivers, displays, and special logic devices? We could. We developed, produced, and delivered one of the world's first such systems, applying real-time digital computers to the control of a multi-function classified system, and simultaneously providing real-time analysis of the data gathered by the system. That was the mission. The how-to men accomplished it. That's our business. A remote command post. A commanding officer awaiting information in a joint operation, out of touch with the battle and with commanders of his sister services. Mission, build a joint command post that can go where the battle is. Give it eyes and ears that can tune in on the fight wherever it rages, and a voice to disperse orders to all forces wherever they are. How to do it? The how-to men found a way. We built a complete command station that could receive instant communications from land, sea, and air, giving commanders and their staffs a continuing grasp of developments from minute to minute. We geared the station for instant joint decision-making. We installed a means of executing those decisions through a vast communication system, including HF, UHF, VHF, and VHF-FM channels. And we put the whole system at the commander's fingertips to give him instant contact with all his forces everywhere. We squeezed the whole command post into a compact unit, a unit that could go aboard a military transport to take it to the right place at the right time, to operate from the air or from some new ground position close to the scene. We named it ABC Cube, the Airborne Battlefield Command and Control Center, and we conceived the whole system, developed it, and had it field ready in 98 days. Fleet production followed. Mission accomplished, and fast. Fast is a key word at LTV Electrosystems because new missions develop suddenly, new jobs that have to be done yesterday. In the electronic systems business, a capacity for speed means contracts. Contracts we frequently get because we're geared for them, geared to react quickly to the need, to size up the job and get it moving. Sometimes we do it with long hours. Sometimes we do it by getting a head start, by anticipating advancements and starting to work on them before the rush begins. We have a whole department at work researching the missions of 2 years from now and beyond, speculating with the help of computers about what comes next and getting ready. We're doing more and more research and study work under contract to solve specific problems for the customer. Our capabilities are diverse, so are the jobs we do. We build digital communication systems with miniaturized components. Our AN-AYA-7 system acts as interpreter between man and machine to take data transmissions over long distances to process and distribute them automatically. We turn out new and better field radios for the Army, transistorized and self-contained, ready for dependable service on the back of an infantryman, along with other tactical communications gear, including the kind you mount on a recon truck. We produce control systems for commercial airlines. This actuator provides the muscle to move the control surfaces of big jets, but that takes all the feel out of the pilot's controls. So we also build a system that puts the feel back in, a compact computer that reads air pressure and elevator position and calculates a proportional resistance, and an actuator which translates that calculation into torque pressure in the cockpit controls. These elements go aboard Boeing jets to put an added safety factor in the hands of their crews. We operate an electronic supply depot for special-purpose military aircraft. Whole fleets fly in, and when they fly out again, new and sophisticated systems go with them. We make fuel injectors for the Minuteman missiles and test them in our labs before shipping them out. 4 of these injector valves are installed around the exhaust nozzle of the 3rd stage of every Minuteman III. They boost performance and reliability. We also make the nozzle control actuator for the Minuteman, the muscle that aims the spew of rocket fuel in precisely the right direction. We test little parts and we test big ones. Like antenna configurations at our radiation lab, we have 12 pattern ranges. And a whole building full of automatic plotting equipment to record test results in any form. And we can generate signals from the VLF to the K-band. We cover a lot of ground, from high-precision gyros for aerial navigation to advanced data and control systems for oceanic intelligence to instruments that monitor the reactors of nuclear submarines. We're a systems outfit, but we still do a lot of electronics fabrication, and we have the technique and facilities to do it. Our sophisticated bomb ejector system goes aboard military aircraft. It's a small device for such a big assignment. It has to get its payload away at the exact instant and with enough kick to get out of the way of the tail of a supersonic jet as it passes. We're in the training business too. We run classes for customer personnel, teaching them to operate and maintain our equipment. We publish the textbooks, the technical manuals, by computer. We're geared for the big jobs, like the design and construction of 10 self-sufficient transmitters for Voice of America. We also built the Navy's 2 million watt station NAA, the well-known voice of Polaris, to communicate with a far-flung fleet, including submarines beneath the surface. We've been a contractor on every major VLF station in the free world for the past 15 years. And we're geared for the little jobs, like the precision fabrication of intricate high-performance tuned circuit coils half the size of a shelled peanut, and we sell them to an industry-wide market as standard items. We turn out systems in any quantity, whether it's a single satellite communication system with an 85-foot dish, or 30,000 backpack radios off a fast-moving assembly line. There are literally hundreds of projects we're busy on, so many it takes 12 facilities in 5 states to house them all. And it takes nearly 10,000 employees, scientists, engineers, technicians, to keep them moving at the hot pace we set for ourselves. We've put a lot into our company since that day we entered the how-to phase of electronics, but it's paid off in consistent growth, rising profits, 98% greater in '67 than '66, and consistently higher sales, $12 million in 1958, $180 million just 10 hustling years later. We carved ourselves a major place in one of the world's most complex and competitive industries in only a decade. We developed strong export sales to complement military and industrial domestic business, and we managed to just about double our sales every 2 years on the way. Will we double them again in the same time span? The doubling gets tougher in the 180 million league, but remember, some people wrote us off entirely once. Remember, too, we're an acquisition-minded company with Ling Temco Vought behind us. We started out as a minor divisional operation. Now we have 4 divisions in our own right, and we can grow from the outside as well as within. Our past record makes a good case for the future. Electronics is a $22 billion business in the U.S. today, but that's only the beginning. It will grow. It must grow, and we're geared to grow with it because we're a systems company. We're not stuck with hardware philosophy. We're big on intellectual technology, and our brand of quick reaction systems management keeps us up front where the new things begin. And what about tomorrow? We're ready for it. Impatient, because we know some of the exciting things that are coming. Our researchers keep our computers humming with projections for the long haul and the short, dramatic and revolutionary innovations that will change the course of human development. It's a perfect kind of future for the how-to men, and that's us, specialists in our field, but generalists too, who can visualize tomorrow while we put our shoulders to the task of today. For the world may change, but change means opportunity. There'll always be missions to perform, in surveillance, in reconnaissance, in communication. And someone will have to be there in the thick of things, designing and testing and managing the systems that do the things that have to be done. We plan for it to be us. We're the tough little outfit that turned an abandoned airfield into a 12-plant complex. We're the systems company of electronics. We're the how-to men. We're LTV Electrosystems.